this long.
Ooh.
And
So you made that. Now, did you do anything else? Like, did Grandma know any other crafts that got exposed to, but maybe you didn't jive with? You know, like, was there any other crafts, or was it predominantly knitting, or like, what else did you know or learn?
She just knit, but I did have a babysitter. So both of my parents are swim coaches. High school, not to like brag on them, but they were voted like National Coach of the Year a bunch of times.
Wow.
Mythical national. They're kind of big deals in the swimming community. But so growing up, we had like a revolving door of swimmers as our babysitters. And one of them, Kelly, she would always bring like a new project. We'd paint things. We painted a replica of the solar system. We did friendship bracelets. So there was plenty of things that I was exposed to that I loved doing craft wise, but it was really the yarn that got me.
You were fiber art, right?
Yeah. And so in high school, I did it on and off. My senior year of high school, I started the Knitters Guild at my high school. Which was just my friends knitting once a week at lunch. But we got our picture in the yearbook.
Well, we'll take it as a club. Hello, of all the clubs, we didn't have a Knitters Guild. We had none of this. I was cross-stitching since a kid, but we didn't have any fiber art crafts in high school or elementary. It was whatever. We did these things called, I believe they were called like God's Eyes, where you would weave yarn around the straws in a cross or something and make these really cool patterns out of different colors and stuff and like change color. Like that was my first yarn magic, was creating these basic straw things, but it was fun. So
yeah, no, I love it.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, so also in high school, I went to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, which is, there's 2 fine arts camps in Michigan, and they both wear light blue collared shirts. And so there's a big war going on about which one the movie American Pie is based off of.
Oh my gosh.
The one time at band camp, the ones of us who went to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp are 100% sure that it's us. But one of the major have there was fine art, and so I went for fine art for 3 years, and we did like pottery, like ceramics, we did painting, we did fiber arts. Fiber arts was like my go-to. Like I was always on the porch of the fiber arts studio, like looking out over a lake and just knitting or sewing or doing whatever. So it's been a long journey.
Wow, all of that. Welcome in, everyone joining us with chat. Albert here. I see you, Moonburbs as well. Chat would never lie, Sweetling. That's a lie. Chat would lie to me. That's a lie. You made those too, Melissa Fana, right? Back in the day. Crochet Me Zaddy's here. Uh-oh. Who's this cutie over here? Zaddy. Maybe you know them? Maybe. We'll get to that too. We'll talk about that. This one time at Canadian Craft Con, Shay, God damn it. I've never seen American Pie, Sweetling. Well, there's a lot you haven't seen. I haven't either, but the quote is everywhere, right? Hi, in my Pix cosplay today, Crochet Me Zaddy's in his cosplay. So that's what? White backwards cap, right? Is that the shade? Slay the Pix cosplay, okay? Slay it. You're too sweet to lie. Your name says it, but I think there's something in there, Sweetling. I think there's something there. So you did this. Now, did you ever explore crafts on your own outside of, the things that you had connections to, whether family, friends, school? Like, did you ever try stuff and like, this is not for me. I am not a painter. I cannot sculpt with clay, or, things like that.
I have not found a craft yet that I don't enjoy doing. There's some that I wouldn't invest a lot of time into because I'm not very good at. I enjoy the the artistic process is just fun. Like whatever you're creating, it's fun. So like macrame, ceramics, even those fuzzy posters where you just color them in, that's fun. Totally. I remember those fuzzy ones. Oh my gosh, I had to think for a split second. I remember those, the textured fuzzy posters. Oh my. Those on me as a kid. There was a place my family would go to that sold them, and I wouldn't leave unless my mom would buy me one so that I could color in the fuzzy poster.
Did you ever use fluorescent and glow in the dark ones too? Remember that? I had those, the fuzzy glow in the dark ones.
Oh yeah, black velvet that got over everything.
Oh yeah, it was a hot mess for sure. I remember though. Okay, time traveler, relax. Okay, relax. You remember those posters too, Moonburbs? I forgot too until this one brought it up. God damn, this was not planned. Total throwback, right? Blacklight posters? Yes, Melissa Fana, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, if you know, you know. Those posters are why I don't care for velvet fabrics, even today, right, Luna?
It's unpleasant to touch.
It does feel weird, especially with the multi-texture where it's fuzzy and nod, and then that, like, anyway. Your kids love those gifty gab. Welcome in, right? You feel old, you don't remember them, Katie? It's okay. You'll see, look them up. I don't even know what to call them. Fuzzy color poster, color, I don't know. So,
exactly, Chocobo. You drew over the lines, you'd get fuzz all over the markers.
Yep, you destroy your markers or highlighters, whatever you're coloring with. It was just awful. It was like grabbed the fibers. It was terrible. So you did that. Now, is there any point when you just took a break from things? You know, we all have life busy. You're in high school. You know, you think about school, college, university. Like, I ended up taking a break from cross stitch for a little while because of that. Like, I had no time. You know, it was all grades, get your marks in, your books, whatever, find a career, whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, I on and off took breaks from doing any type of fiber craft.
Right.
I didn't learn to crochet until I was 17. I was freshman year of college, and so like on and off. There was like a fiber arts group at college that I like went to a few times, and then I was like, I don't want to ride a bus for 40 minutes to come to this once a week. So I just kind of, you know, focus on school and everything else. But I mean, every couple years I would just come back to it and stay. But yeah, I went to school for costume design for theater.
Oh, we got a theater boy. Okay, go on.
That was that. I mean, high school I did mostly acting, so I was on stage for almost all of high
We
school.
have a triple threat. He is a hooker. He is an actor. He is a cosplayer. Like, what does this man not do? Go on. You've really got our attention now. Okay, actor. Hello.
And then senior year of high school, I was like, I've already done all of the parts that I need to do. Like, I'm gonna try some backstage stuff. So I directed a show. I did costumes for a show, and the show I did costumes for was a competition that was statewide, and we went to the state finals, and it was held at the University of Michigan, and people from the costume shop at U of M came up and were like, hey, have you considered going to school for this? Like, we think you'd be really good at it. And so I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Let's go for it. Sure.
And then that's what I did. I went to U of M for costume design.
Oh my gosh. Wow. No kidding. Oh, like, hello. Yeah. And you went through the whole program, or did you like switch minors, majors, or anything in between? You just the whole thing?
The whole thing. It was kind of like a conservatory program within the school. So like it was very like specialized curriculum. I did manage to take a semester off to go study abroad in Germany, which was like the best experience of my life.
Oh, wow. Tell me about that. What was that like, Germany and like traveling abroad? That's a big decision.
It was the best.
Jealous.
So I've been speaking German since I was in middle school. So by that point, I had like a pretty good grasp on the language. And there's a sister city for my hometown, Ann Arbor, and it's Tübingen, Germany. And so when I was in high school, I did a 3-week exchange. So students from there came over here, and then we went over there. And then I found out that my university had a semester-long study abroad in that city. Okay. So I was able to and see a bunch of the friends from the exchange a few years earlier. My mom got to come visit, and she stayed with my host family from 2006. It was just amazing. And
I love that.
The thing you don't get about, like, that I didn't get about Europe is, like, once you're there, it's so easy to get other places. Like, do I want to spend 40 euros on a flight to Norway? Absolutely. It's like from Michigan, that would be like $1,000.
Oh, easily. Oh my! I think today. Oh my gosh!
Just like going around and like seeing all of the art and the culture and a lot of bars.
Oh, little Sipsky maybe, Drew. Mm-hmm.
It was such a good time.
That's awesome. Welcome in. Also, I'm seeing here a few Silver Dreamer want to take up crafting so you can be on stream with Pix Daddy. Oh Lord, Sakale. Apparently, you can buy these posters at Walmart now. Oh shit. Pix does fuzzy poster art when? I don't know, Moonburbs. Maybe one day. Maybe I can do it again. Revisit old things. Go blue, right? Be a very silly autocorrect. It's okay, Sweetling. It's okay. So. Yeah, you're in all these crafts, you're doing all this. Let's talk about like were you ever into like other hobbies or things? You know, were you into, you know, like any sports, or were you into anything like music, or, you know, how far did you stem out those Drooby Zoo roots? into the different areas and things, you know, like car mechanic or something random.
That's my parents' heart. They tried every sport under the sun, and I was terrible and or hated all of them.
Yeah, sports ball, yay.
I think when I played baseball, one time before the game, I took my bat and the bottle, my water bottle, into the little wooded area behind the diamond, and I I blessed my bat with the water bottle, and so I was just pouring water over, going Aquafina, so that I could have good luck during the game.
Just
Like I did anything to make it fun, and
he's not playing baseball, making it a show tune or something.
not fun. Figuring out how to make.
I need that in my life now. Aquafina. Maybe we just sing a tune. I love that. That's a Drew alert all day.
Sports are not really it. The only sport that I did kind of enjoy, in middle school, I was the only boy on the synchronized swimming team.
Oh my. Okay.
And it was kind of like a couple people kind of looked at me like strange, like, what are you doing here? And then the coach was like, Drew, can you get in and show off this one move? This is like an advanced move, so if you guys work hard, you can get to this point. And so I got in and like did this move called the Eiffel Tower, where you
Oh my gosh, we get that. Okay. I heard of some Eiffel Tower moves, and I don't know about this one.
I just realized as I said it, I was like, there's another thing.
I did the Eiffel Tower. Drew, go on. I had to show them.
It was an advanced move. I nailed it.
You don't
no
say.
one ever questioned me being on the team again. But yeah, I did music too. So I played the cello in middle school, and then I had to choose between cello and choir, and so I went with choir because it was a lot easier to carry my voice around than a cello, and I didn't have to practice as much.
He got the cello too? Oh my!
Yeah.
I can just imagine this bag of tricks from Drew, from an actor to all of these production things to like Eiffel Towers and now like fiber arts. Like, what the hell does this man not know how to do? Oh my gosh!
Because in 5th grade, everyone has to play a musical instrument, and
Yeah.
I was one of the only people tall enough to play the cello.
Oh, it's because of your height.
Yeah, so I was which I mean, I ended up loving the cello, so that was fair. But
Wow. Well, I'm glad you loved it at least. I mean, I went through 4 instruments before I fell in love with the oboe.
oboe he did.
I was totally oboe all day. Okay, so let's get into this now. You're all of a sudden you're crafting your fiber. When did you make the jump to social? Because I know you started on social first, and like where did that come from? Like, how did you? I'm going to start to crochet and post my things on social. Or were you always doing that?
Yeah, so I was not always doing that. After college I moved to Chicago, where I was working on theater stuff, and like I kind of in my spare time got crochet out again, and I actually brought some show and tell. I have the first Ami free-handed.
The first freehand Ami ever?
Yes, so I bought one pattern in like 2010, and I made a little manatee keychain, and I was like, oh, that's all you do, you increase to make it this and you decrease to do that. So then I was like, I can do that. So these cursed things were to go on my bookshelf with Harry Potter, but I have
oh my gosh. Oh wow, that's your first freehand Ami?
Yeah, it's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
No, I don't know if I can get close, but it's like very cursed.
I think you're being hard on yourself, Drew. I think it's cute.
Go with it, and I knit the scarf because I was like, I'm not gonna crochet that.
Because you could knit at this point. Why bother crocheting a scarf?
Salad fingers, aka Hermione.
Hold it up a bit. Oh, what kind of yarn is that coat? What is that? It looks soft.
Oh, I have no idea. This was a long.
This is many moons.
Little angry Voldemort.
Okay, that might be a little cursed. I think it's cute though. Oh, okay, you squished his head back into shape.
Yeah. So anyway, I did that when I was living in Chicago, and then I moved back to Michigan, and one of my friends from high school was having their first kid. And so I made a couple toys and a blanket for them, and they were the ones that were like, people on Etsy would pay a lot of money for handmade crochet stuffed animals, and so I kind of thought about it, and I, looked a little more into it, and I was like, I'm never going to be good enough for that. Like, I'm not going to make that. So then I moved out to LA to pursue like film and television